To the medieval person, alchemy was very real, but it was closer to an early form of chemistry than brewing potions. This was about transmuting low-quality metals like lead and copper into high-quality ones like silver and gold. This is based in Aristotle's belief that all matter in the universe is composed of the four elements fire, water, earth, and air, and if one were to recombine them in the right proportions, they could make something completely new. Alchemy lived on in the Arabic and Muslim world, but wasn't brought back to Europe until the 12th century when Robert Chester translated the first alchemic treaty into Latin. These treaties were essentially like recipe books, is the best way to describe it, that would teach the distillation and calcination process. For instance, Albert the Great's treatise on alchemy: first, boil sulfur in a strong acid for a whole day. Take it out, and in the morning you will find it sublimed black. Sublime it a second time, and it will be white. Sublime it a third time with salt, and it will be very white. Thomas Norton wrote in his treatise, The Ordinal of Alchemy, he learned how to transmute metals into gold, but his process on how to was mysteriously stolen by thieves. This is a really common theme in all these alchemy stories. They'll figure out how to transmute metals into gold, and then mysteriously they're unable to ever recreate it. Alchemists were also really focused on this mystical element, the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, that one. This could not only transmute metals, but cure all ailments and grant immortality. A highly competitive search began, which is one of the many reasons that alchemy became a super secretive practice, and alchemists would write their findings in secret code. John Dee, an advisor to Queen Elizabeth, wrote his work Monos Hieroglyphica in hieroglyphic code he made. As you can imagine, kings and nobles were really interested in this prospect of creating gold, so they would employ alchemists into their court. And obviously these alchemists couldn't create gold. Instead, they would create fake gold known as chrysopia. Albert the Great warns about this, stating that the fraudulent gold does not gladden the heart. Chaucer gives us a pretty good idea into what the general public felt about alchemists. Isolated rogues who spent their time around noxious chemicals, while some of them were scoundrels who would try and rob you, most of them were just fools. Another really important thing to medieval alchemy was astrology. Alchemists thought that the celestial bodies had some sort of effect on the transmutation process. For instance, it was thought that you could create higher quality metals under a waxing moon. And certain planets were associated with metals like sun with gold, silver with the moon, and iron with Mars. So yeah, that was my little basic run through of medieval alchemy. I could go on a lot more just about alchemists in court, but I thought this would just be a fun place to start, just to try and like grab people's attention, I guess.